I just finished a video about Premier Baird's trip to Palestine, West Bank, and I was saying about how he wasn't pro-Palestinian, so I don't think he is. He's pro-money. He's a banker and he's pro-money, so wherever the money is, that's what he serves, and that's who he serves. He claims he's a Christian, but he's not, because no Christian, no person, Christ would never do those things, and no person who claims to who truly follows Christ would ever do the things that these Anglicans do. He's an Anglican, and that allows him a whole bunch of liberties because the Anglican motto is, "But it's who we are." Yeah, you're sinning. You just committed murder. No, Jesus forgave me with his blood. That's what the blood of Christ is for. It's who we are. It's who we are. We're sinners, Chris. We're sinners. It's who we are. Yeah, bullshit. Anyways, cares about technology. He even said it on his Facebook. He's interested in. Um, he went to Israel to medical cannabis research, a partnership with Israel to develop partnerships with Israel on medical cannabis research, tech startups, and tools to better fight cybercrime. So he's going to give all his little douchebag friends here, the More Theological Bible College group, a group of about maybe 10 people that I've seen that go to this More Theological Bible College that are a bunch of cyber criminal terrorists, digital terrorists, a bunch of digi-terrorists. He's going to give all these digital terrorists jobs, and they've been terrorizing us for over 2 years now. So what's Premier Baird going to do? He's going to give them jobs, full-time jobs, maybe, so that they can terrorize everybody and make a big, huge campaign when he becomes prime minister. Let's hope that's not going to happen. But you know what? I think that they're grooming it up for that. I think they're setting the stage for that to happen. I think the Liberal Party is setting the stage for Premier Baird to come up and save Australia from the woes of the Labour Party. Yeah, right. Right. You're a banker, dude. You should have stayed in banking. Anyways, so we moved here about 2 years ago, and since day one, they've been hitting us with computer attacks, and they've been in our computers, and they've been monitoring everything we do, everything we write, everything we say. I caught them doing evil twin attacks on my partner's wireless, and I caught them doing deauthentication attacks on the wireless, and I could actually see the signal from the laptop bouncing from our access point to an unknown access point. So I wrote it up, and a week later, someone broke into our house and destroyed the computer, attached an Android phone with Linux terminal capacity, and wiped out the machine. And then they did it again because they found out that I had saved some of the data. So, and this has been going on and on and on ever since. Well, Anglicans are fantastic at creating diversion. They're fantastic at, and also they're fantastic at creating deniability, and they're also fantastic at setting things up. And what do I mean by that? Well, they set situations up. They create scenarios to suit their own agenda. For example, I'll give you a perfect example. They're desperate to put the fault on me. They're desperate to make me look aggressive, dangerous. I'll put other videos up, hopefully, if the phone doesn't die. But they're desperate to make me look bad because I caught them in crimes, and because I'm very vocal about it, and because I'm on YouTube putting videos up and I'm trying to get people to listen. Because this attack they've got, this computer attack they've got, is very, very dangerous. I call it Incenra. I'll try to put it in another video, but we're at 4 minutes now, so I don't want to be too long. So they're desperate to make me look bad. They're desperate to make me appear as if I'm aggressive, as if I'm dangerous, and it's very, very, very annoying because it's on a daily basis. They can't just let you live your life. They've got to control you. They've got to put you under their thumb. They've got to squeeze you. They can't just let you live their life. Live your life. They've got to control your life. So tonight, I'll give you an example. Tonight, I'm working, and because I can't work on my computer anymore, so everything's got to be either written out by hand or whatever. But I can't use a computer because they go into the computer and then they make it so that my USB drives are uh, read only, or they'll make it so um, wow, who wants to work on a computer when they're reading everything that you're writing? So I'm sitting there working and I hear this tap tap on the front wall. Well, so I go because I want to catch the little prick. So I go and I open up the door and there's nobody there. So I go out and I stand on the sidewalk. I'm wondering who banged on the wall, who tapped on the wall, and I don't see nothing. And then around the corner, perfect timing. I'm only outside for 30 seconds, and around the corner comes Foofly. Foofly is the name I give to the guy that is committing, one of the main guys in the unit right next to me that's committing like daily computer attacks on us, on my partner and I. He comes around and he like stops and he stands in front of me and I'm on the sidewalk, so I'm like looking at him and he looks at me and he goes, "G'day." I've told this prick, I've told this douchebag little bastard, and I can say that because this prick has been attacking us on a daily basis every single day. There's lots of evidence to state that he's been in our unit as well. On a daily basis, he's attacked our computers, and he's smug and he's spiteful and he's protected by his, master friends that are higher up. And he's snide and he's passive aggressive. He's just a little rodent. He's a little rat. So he's standing there in front of me, holding his tray of like he's holding his tray of, like, in both hands. He's holding his tray of groceries because Woolworths, a store, brings deliveries of food to these students, so they get free vegetables and they get free bread from Woolworths stores or Kohl's stores. Woolworths, I think, and Kohl's, they both do it. They give donations to Moore Theological Bible College, and every once a week or whatever, everybody like pigs, they come running out and they all gather around the truck and they're dumping out these bags of groceries or setting out groceries on the ground, and they're all picking them up. So he's carrying back these groceries and he's standing on the sidewalk and he's like looking at me. And I'm like, well, effing move. He's just standing there looking at me, "G'day," and he stands there looking at me. Firstly, I've said to the guy, "Don't talk to me." And then he stands there. I mean, do you want me to hit you in the head? Do you want me to slap you? So I said to him, "Effing move." So the guy goes around me and then he goes back. Well, as always, the window right there in the unit beside me is open. They've got visitors in there listening, because what they want is they want me to get angry and they want me to bitch slap the little asshole. So they set these situations up where we interact, or he'll purposely go out and cross paths with me on purpose. They set me up to be this dangerous person. They've said to my face that I'm dangerous and unstable. And yet they'll set these situations up where they cross paths with me. If I'm so dangerous, why are you crossing paths with me? If I'm so dangerous, why are you instigating me? Why are you constantly on a daily basis instigating me? So the neighbors next door are silent in their unit and they're listening, hoping that I'm going to do something that they can catch because they want me out of here. They want me out of here. They wanted me out of here since day one. All they want is this unit so they can own the whole building, and they've only got 4 or 5 more to go. And they've got a couple people in this building. There's a couple really wonderful people. There's 2 wonderful people that I really like, and the rest are not trustworthy. The rest are in Anglican pockets, I think. And there's a couple more units to go, and then they basically own everything. And there's a handful of units that are, in the Anglicans' pockets. So the whole point is to instigate constant pressure, constant pressure, constant pressure, constant pressure, constant pressure, constant computer pressure. Can't use your computers, can't use your phone. Just today, my SIM card was busted again. That's 3 times now my SIM card has been busted. It won't make calls. See, what they do is, I can't remember the attack. They do an attack on the SIM card and it breaks this SIM card and makes the SIM card unable to connected to the network. So that happened today too. So they're constantly pressuring, and then they set up these situations where you interact with them because they want an interaction so that they can instigate. It's been like that since the day I moved in. So this is not Christian. This is not good. This is not at all what Jesus taught, and yet here these Anglicans are doing it, and this happens on a daily basis. That's how they manipulate. That's how they create situations. That's how they push their agenda. And you know what? They set up these situations so that they're always the winner. They're always the winner every single time this ever happens. There's like no way out. If they bang at the wall, if I don't go out and look, then they bang again, then they bang again, then they bang again. They slam their doors, they slam their screens, they jump up and down the stairs like monkeys and orangutans. It's like endless. So I really hope that people wake up to this Anglican virus, because you know every time you turn around, there's a bad story about Catholics, or there's a bad story about Muslims, or there's a bad story about Palestinians, or there's a bad story about Sikhs, or there's a bad story about Indians, or there's a bad story about crazy fundamentalist Christians in the southern United States. But there's never, ever, ever a story about Anglicans.